Hey everybody, what is going on today? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to cover the best switch hitters in MLB The Show 21. Now that all of the cards pretty much have been released, I believe all of the switch hitters that we'll see this year have been released. We're going to cover the best hitters that you can make, compare them to some of the other cards, and show you guys why they're the best switch hitters that you can have at each position. So y'all do me a favor, as always, and make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe. Like I said, we're going to cover all of these. We're going to compare them to all of the other hitters. You can actually build a full squad out of the switch hitters, which is pretty cool. Whereas maybe with the lefties and the righties in the other two videos, you wouldn't want to make a whole squad lefty and righty, but the switch hitters, it could be interesting. So let's go ahead and jump right into the video. But first, hey everybody, the holidays are here, they're upon us, and now through the end of the year, you can use code TOM22 in my merch store by clicking the link in the description below to get 22% off every item in the store. All right, now through the end of the year, TOM22 to get 22% off every item in my merch store. That's hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, cups, all kinds of accessories, all kinds of things available to you there with my Threadhead logo on them. You guys check it out. If you're interested in supporting the channel, I really appreciate it. All right, you guys, so here we are. Here's the squad. Here is the best squad that I was able to compile with all of the switch hitters that are available in the game. I'm going to show you guys these cards. We're going to compare them. We've got some other options on the bench. If you don't like some of these cards, we can plug in. And then there's some other options also that are still available. So we'll take a look at some of those too as we compare. But the first thing I want to say is most of these videos we've done the primary position. We've tried the primary position for everybody. For this in particular, we did it for the infield and for catcher, but the outfield, man, there are so many loaded center fielders that are switch hitters. It just made sense to do it with switch hitters. And you guys will see why when we compare the actual positions and how many options there are, why these were the best way to go. So let's go ahead and jump right into checking this out, though. We're going to look at catchers. We're going to go ahead and go by switch hitters only right here. And when we compare switch hitters, we break this down. I know we've got some. There's a couple I don't have on the squad here. The Matt Wieters card that I don't have in my inventory. There is another Jorge Posada card as well. It doesn't matter. They don't top this Adley Rutschman card on paper. Now, a lot of people I've talked to have struggled with this swing. It's been a little bit difficult. There are no secondary ones that we have for this as well. So they're all going to be catchers primary. But the only other option really is a card I put on the bench, and he compares as far as switch hitting catchers go. And that is Yasmani Grandal. This Yasmani Grandal card is great. The only difference with this card is the speed. The speed on this card kills this card because if you hit a ball off the wall, it's a single. It's still a single almost every time unless you get it really in the gap. But I got really tired of just hitting balls off the wall and getting singles all the time with this because his speed just kills this card, in my opinion. Other than that, this might be the best swinging switch hitting card for catcher in the game if it wasn't for that speed. So Adley Rutschman got the top spot just for that simple fact. Now, here we go. We're going to move over to third base. Actually, we'll move to third base this time. Why not? We'll go a little backwards. I think the other times we went first base next, but let's go third base here. We're going to look at Chipper Jones, obviously for switch hitters and third base. Chipper Jones, how is that not going to be the number one card? It's a great card. It's obviously the Live Series Collection reward. Hopefully everybody has got their Jonathan Diaz card now that they've most of the orders have gone through there for it appears, and have been able to get this card. Chipper's a great card still at this point in the game cycle, in the life cycle of the game. I think the Chipper Jones card is still very usable. Maybe you don't like his swing. It hasn't been great for me. I've used my creative player, which is my best switch hitter at third base for all of the year, because for whatever reason, Chipper just didn't perform to expectations for me. He did okay, but 291 wasn't cutting it for me. So I had to get rid of him. I had to put something else out there. But all right, for shortstop, we've got a couple of interesting options. For third base, by the way, another option here on the bench is a new card, a couple of them that just came out. The Heimer Candelario card, that's a great option if you don't do well with the Chipper swing. He's good. You'll be close to diamond defense there with once you get him to P5. It's still going to maintain that 89, so he's going to be a gold shield there on the field, but a great card nonetheless. Johan Mankata also is another third base option for switch hitters. That is a good card off the bench to use, or if you will like this card better and the swing better in particular than maybe the Chipper Jones or the other one there, the Heimer Candelario. And this one gets diamond defense once you for third base once you get him to parallel 3. So that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice right there. And Chipper Jones is going to be working with gold once you have him to what is that? P3, I think it is, you get him to. So pretty cool there. Moving on to shortstop, though, my favorite card of the year. This is hands down, without a doubt, my favorite card of the year. I don't know what it is about this card, this Wander Franco card. It was unexpected for me. But he is my favorite card of the year. When you look at shortstop options, there are quite a few of them. All right, we've got quite a few. But still, man, nothing beats this card for a shortstop with a switch hitting swing, in my opinion. Jimmy Rollins is a good card, but the defense is going to be a little bit better. He's gonna beat him on speed. That's it. But for some reason, this Wander Franco card plays way better power wise than what it states on the card. For me, and for a lot of people, I've heard that too. Now, I've also heard from some people they struggle with this card, but so like I said, it's to each their own. But we're going about on paper here. But for me, it's Wander Franco. The other option is going to be the Francisco Lindor card. If you guys want another option here for shortstop, it is Francisco Lindor. I've gotten both of them P5, but for some reason online this year, I just went with those stats. And my God, I have over 1,100 at bats. 1,100 bats. He's batting 329 with 60 homers. Just an absolute beast. 323 against righties and 348 against lefties. This card for me was insane. Whereas this one, the Francisco Lindor, the comparable card, 264 with 40 homers. He hits the home runs, but that's about it. He doesn't seem to get a whole lot of other stuff for me. So I have that Wander Franco is never leaving the lineup this year. All right, moving on to second base, though. A new card that we've gotten as far as switch hitters go, Jorge Polanco, this Jorge Polanco Finest card. This card is actually really interesting and really good. I know a lot of people might have the Ozzie Albies card or the Tommy Edmond maybe as an option here. But there's something about that. This one's got way more power. I think it'll play to the meta a little bit more than what people are looking for with the Tommy Edmond card. With Ozzie Albies, the contact against righties just kind of kills this card. And the power against righties also. I mean, it's not really that great either. I mean, 88 is doable, but it's not that great. You know what I'm saying? So what really killed us this year was second baseman and switch hitters. If you guys don't know what happened, and rightfully so, they made the right decision in doing this. Roberto Alomar was actually, there was some there was a case or something that came out about him, a sexual misconduct within Major League Baseball. They actually fired him from the league. I believe he lost his position from the league, and so we weren't going to get a 99 of Robbie Alomar this year. And they made the right decision in my opinion with that. That's fine. If you go to secondary options, there are some more secondary options here for second base that you could look at. Jose Ramirez, Ian Happ. Those are good cards, but still, it's this Jorge Polanco in my opinion. Now for first base is an interesting one. Eddie Murray gets it every year, all right, because there is not really a comparable card. This Danny Santana is good, all right, he's good, but look at the fielding on this card. I mean, we're talking about a plus 35 on fielding. I mean, this is common fielding. This Danny Santana has a great glitchy swing, but nothing over 100 as far as the contact or power goes. So that's not really great. Now, as far as secondaries go, if you wanted to go the option of maybe Jose Ramirez, you could. But again, that contact against righties is going to kill you. Pablo Sandoval's an option, but contact against lefties is going to kill you. So look, there's other options you can go to, but you just have to weigh out what you need and what you're looking for on your squad if you're making these decisions. So when we jump to the outfield here, though, let's go ahead and jump out to right field first. And we've got a secondary position, like I said, out there, and Ketel Marte. It's the new Finest Ketel Marte. This card is great. Right field primary options for switch hitters, we didn't have a whole lot. All right, we got Anthony Santander. It's the only diamond. So that's why we went outside the box with these as secondaries. I thought it was necessary. Now, there are a lot of other secondary cards available that Tommy Edmond can play anywhere. Like I said, he's a second baseman, but you got third, short, and all the outfield positions. So that's an option if you guys want that one out there. You can always keep that in mind. Now, definitely moving out here to center field, we've got to go with Mickey Mantle. I mean, look, the Mickey Mantle card is not great for me. I have him to P4, but he has not performed for me. I've not been good with the swing. I know a lot of folks are good with it. There's a lot of folks that aren't good with it. If he's good for you, great. On paper, it's the best center fielder. It's the best center fielder that's a switch hitter. I mean, how do you not choose this card? The only comparable option to me is Mickey Mantle Light, Mickey Mantle Jr., which we picked out here for left field. And that's Brian, not so Ryan Reynolds, with the lightsaber card. He's got the lightsaber card, by the way. If anybody's noticed this, You guys take a look at that card. It looks like the bat is a lightsaber. Dead ons. It's like the coolest card I've ever seen, in my opinion. So in MLB The Show, I love it. This card's great. He's a great option out here for the outfield. He's fast. He's got great defense in the secondaries as well. So that's the option I picked. Now, the only other one we didn't cover on the bench here that I put is the Jason Dominguez card. This card played way above where I thought it would all year. I got like 372 at bats, almost 400 at bats with him, 328 average, 27 homers. I put this one on here just because, as far as switch hitters go, I didn't really know who else to put on here for me. And if you look at the checks, he still ticks off the most boxes compared to everybody else. So that is the switch hitting squad right there. I hope you guys have enjoyed these videos, the righties, the lefties, and now the switch hitters. If you guys haven't seen the other videos, check those out. We posted them here earlier this week. Also, you guys can catch me on streams. You can catch me on the stream today. Today we'll be streaming. We'll be grinding out this squad right here, man. We're getting these cards grinded up to P5, getting them as far up as we possibly can. So join me on the live stream as we play to grind these a little bit further. But you guys do me a favor, as always, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to, it's down here. Subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks. Peace.